Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of Picture Perfect with Shawn Lee. And today, but before I get started with that, so let me say this. So I want everybody to understand what Picture Perfect is. So it's not about perfection at all. It's about creating a perfect moment to empower, network, and create with other people in the community. So that's what we're doing. So today's guest is super special because not just because we have the same name, not because of that, but I met her 2 years ago, and she's just a beautiful spirit. Our daughters go to the same school, they're on the cheer team, and so her name is Shonda Grant, and I absolutely love her. I consider her part of my sisterhood. So we're gonna talk today about the thing we know best, motherhood. Yeah, that's what we're gonna talk about, motherhood. So I am going to bring her on. And so before I get started, okay, so Shonda Grant, founder and CEO of InspiraShon, and I do apologize when I do a thumbs up, it comes up on the screen. She is a woman of God, a daughter, sister, and a mother of two. I have to really put my hands down. Anyways, I'm welcoming her on in.
Hey, hey.
How are you doing today?
I am good, girl. How are you?
Okay. I'm good. I'm good. A little nasally, but it is what it is. These allergies is listen.
It is.
Well, morning, beautiful. Thanks for joining me today. I appreciate you being here. So we're gonna jump right into it. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Just a little bit.
So, mom, as the topic today, I have been a mommy since let's see, my oldest is 23. So been doing this for a little bit.
So you know some stuff then.
A little bit.
Just a little bit, a little bit. So you say 23. So okay. And then how old is little miss?
She just turned 18 the 31st.
Mhm. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And I bet that was pretty, like, bittersweet, right?
Girl, all the things.
Mhm.
All
Yeah.
the things. Adjusting to a lot of things right now. A
I I am so sure, I have one of those, and I'm just like, "I'm not ready." I don't know what it is, but I feel like, um I don't know. I feel like it's one of those things that, but you've already been through it. So you've been through it once, senior year, once.
little, and see, girls and boys are so different. So
That's what
I'm
everybody
a little,
says.
but it's a totally different thing with this baby versus my firstborn. So I listen. We gonna talk about it. We'll figure it.
Okay, so I have my top 5. This is an icebreaker. This is something that I do. Imma ask you a top 5, and then this top 5 is this one is about motherhood. So, what's the top 5 Black sayings that you've heard coming up in your household? Go.
Where you going? Who
Okay?
you going with? Who gonna
Mhm.
be there? What time you gonna get home? All those things, right? Did you clean your room? Is your chores done?
Facts. Sure.
Huh. What is the other thing? You
Now, I know you done heard
McDonald's
something about the
money?
light bill.
No, you got some McDonald's money? Mama, can we go to McDonald's? You got some McDonald's money? You got any kind of money? That's
That
always my mama. That was always her.
Listen,
You got some Wendy's money? You got some it's always I'm like, well dang, no.
it is so funny because it's universal things. Like, I think about, stop running in and out my house,
Mm.
um, you letting all the cold air out, or, you gonna make my light bill sky high. So it's like when I think about all these different things, it's like when you ask people and those things come up, you're like, "Yeah, we heard it all." Oh, and don't say
Exactly.
nothing about you spending the night somewhere. And they're
Oh,
like,
like,
who
not in my house. Mm-mm.
who gonna be there?
Who gonna be there?
No, you can't go. They can come over
Mama there?
here.
Do she go to church? That's my mama. Do she go to church? Do she know the Lord? What kind of raising do they do? Have I met them? Oh, girl, I got all the questions. Mm,
Listen, and I think it's so funny because it's a universal language for Black moms. I don't
yeah.
care what nobody says. It's a universal language for Black moms. We've heard it all. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's just jump right into it. So
Okay.
I have a couple of questions for you. It's about 5 questions.
Okay.
The first one is, what has been your biggest challenge as a Black mom?
Ooh. So it immediately took me back. The question took me back to this time where Zaria
Mhm,
was dealing with a lot. She was going through um, dealing with the divorce of me and her dad.
mhm,
And so my kids are, I was married for almost 20 years. Both of the kids are by, from my marriage. So it was very devastating for her when we decided to split. And for a little while, I was allowing her to act up, like I
mm,
felt guilty and all the things. And then when I finally, started putting my foot down, I noticed that, she started to change and things like that. Well, in the world of school and
mhm,
district, um, I noticed that they wanted to hold this standard on my child. And that's when I noticed that the black mom situation popped out the most, because they expect us to act one way. And I had to go in there and I had to assert myself, but I had to be professional about it. I had to, not be the typical um, angry black woman situation, but I wanted to make sure that they understood that I was serious about my child. And when I knew that she was trying her best, I did not want them to stereotype her or to typecast her in a sort of way. So that is when I started. Well, that was my first experience of the black mom and all that kind of stuff. And
mm.
way, not the positive stuff that you hear, but they always want to make it seem like we're not involved and we're not. No, I'm
Oh,
involved. I don't ever think that my child
absolutely.
is above reproach. I always ask what she's done. But when I know her and when I know things and when I stand on what it is, I already know, that I've set
Yeah,
it and I know that she knows,
absolutely.
then I'm gonna stand up for my child. And so that particular time I was, and the pushback I got, but I was still like, no, I'm fighting for my child. And I'm glad I did, because now
Absolutely.
for today, but I had to be honest and I had to be transparent, but also had to let them understand you're not gonna stereotype her just because of this. We're not doing that.
You know what? And I'm glad that you said that because I feel like oftentimes us as moms, black moms, I mean, I can't speak for any other race, but black moms, that sometimes we go unheard or it's such an extreme. They want to make it seem like we're just so angry about certain things, but I feel like we don't get the respect that we deserve because we are active. Like, I do be at the games. I
Come on.
do be here. I am checking in and emailing teachers and asking questions. So I need you to respect me in what I'm saying when it comes to my kid because I know my child
Mhm.
and she may have had a bad day or whatever, but I know my child.
Mhm.
So, let's have a conversation.
Mhm.
So you mentioned that you were married and divorced.
Mhm.
So what has co-parenting taught you?
Girl, patience, okay? Patience.
Yeah.
Um, you gotta heal, because
Okay.
if you don't heal, then it comes out in how you parent with the other parent, 1. 2, I have to learn, and I just learned this, so this is still sitting with me, but I just learned that. So, background, my ex moved. Um,
Mhm.
he moved twice. He moved pretty much as soon as my son graduated. And that Zaria was with me for, pretty much
Mhm.
the last couple of years without him. So he moved for a few years and he's back now. Thank God for her. So
Mhm.
she has her daddy all the time. But uh,
Hmm.
when he was gone, I would hold things from him, like, oh, I'm like, oh, well, this is me and Zaria now. So I ain't finna worry you with this. And I ain't finna worry you with that. It's on me. I got it. I'ma handle it all, And then
Mm.
somebody very significant in my life said, why are you doing that? Like, if that's the dad and he wants to be a part of her life and he has been a part of her life, why are you holding all these things? Why are you not? allowing
Mhm.
yourself to, give him
Yeah,
that so that he can help you. Because it's not like he
yeah.
doesn't want to help. And I think I was just harboring a lot of just anger. And I was like, I
And
knew I
that's where the healing part comes in at.
that's it. So that's what, but I never used my children as a pawn.
Mhm.
Um, no, I wanted them to have that time with their kid. I mean, with their dad. He needed to have that time with his children. That's not something that I believed in ever for anybody. I always, we always made sure that we were being very accommodating to one another when it came to holidays, when it came to birthdays, when it came to things like that, so that both of us felt like we had equal time, even when he was away. Like even when
Oh,
he was,
that's nice.
we try, we
I
tried.
mean, that's nice. I mean, I mean, I can't relate to, you
And
know.
everybody can't, Shawn. That's what I'm saying. Like everybody can't. So that's why the significant person that I'm speaking of was like,
Yeah.
you no, because everybody don't have it like you. So, stop being like that and just don't let the man help. It's okay.
I'm back. This thing, I promise you, it keeps dropping me off, and I'm glad that you keep talking because it's just like, what in the world is going on today?
Girl, you
Um,
funny.
Girl, I'm just like, okay, one more time you drop off, but as long as you're still talking and it's recording, hopefully it looks good. I'll go back and take a look at it.
It's all good. It's all good.
So, well, I was gonna say I can relate to co-parenting very well. Yeah, and it's okay because Jess about to be 18, and so I
Listen.
don't have to necessarily co-parent anymore, and I'm super excited about that. Only co- extreme situations where I probably will have to co-parent with
Yeah.
or have a conversation with, and I'm happy about that. Okay.
Get it? I'm quite ready to start cutting ties. I don't want to talk all the time. You
Yeah, yeah, because I'm not, I'm not.
respect him as their dad. So,
Yeah,
and I always will. So
yeah.
there's
Oh, this is such a beautiful thing to say. Such a beautiful thing. We just gonna move on to the next one. What's the let's see here. What did you do? So you mentioned the divorce and you had to heal. What did you do? What was your self-care in your season of healing?
ooh, girl. I started off with just not knowing anything about self-care, none. So the
Okay.
first thing I was told, I had very wise counsel. My aunt, one of my aunts is just very near and dear to me, and she was like, "You need to go to counseling." And I was like, "You think so?" She was like, "Yeah, I think you need therapy. I think that'll help to get your feelings out for you to, start the process of healing." And I did, and I'm telling you, I'm grateful that that was the first self-care aspect because she taught me how to self-care. She taught me how to recognize, okay, look, you like baths. Take a bubble bath. That's part of self-care. I'm starting to learn now a lot that I love candles, and you see they're burning in the background. Candles and essential oils and things like that. That calms my spirit. That's self-care. Drives. I took drives all the time. I would go and take a drive and blast music, girl, and just be in my own world. And during those times, I remember one specific one where I just prayed. And there was a lot of praying that went on as well. But
Mm.
my prayers evolved from angry prayers. And when I say angry, like I'm going off on God. I'm not, this is not Heavenly Father. You promised me this, and I don't understand why it is. And I'm going off, and I might have been cussing. I don't know, but I can tell you that it was not pretty, and that's the
Okay.
real of it. And then it got better. The prayers got softer. The prayers got more intense. The prayers got more specific. To what I needed. So all those things helped me. All of them.
And so with that, because I know that women, we have a hard time with self-care. We have a hard time with tuning in with self and sitting still.
Mhm.
That's a whole nother thing. We have a hard time, especially as moms. I feel
Yeah.
like we wear a lot of hats and we have to do a lot of things. And I feel like for the most part, um, we forget about ourselves a lot.
Mm.
like a lot, a lot. So when you said, I remember with me going through my divorce, the anger and how the prayers were angry prayers and how they should. Now I know for a fact that I cussed. Now I wasn't cussing at the Lord, but
No, but I was
I
mad.
was cussing. I was talking to him like it was
Come on.
you and me, and I'm like, hold on now. I don't know what the lesson is in this,
Uh-huh.
but this ain't right.
Uh-huh.
Like, what is it that you want me to get from this?
Right.
Because I am tapped the F out. Do you
Mhm.
understand? And so I just remembered starting to do the meditation music. So not like guided meditation, but just like the
Mhm.
music, the sound baths
Mhm.
and playlists and truly essential oils. It's something about fragrances, like the eucalyptus and the mint that just kind
Mhm.
of get you just to be like calm in the lemongrass. Yes.
Yes, yes.
So I have learned to just like get centered. And sometimes that is quite hard as a mom, as you know, to get centered because every 5 minutes these kids need something,
Uh,
especially these girls,
uh,
especially these
these
girls.
girls, honey.
These girls, they will suck the energy out of you
Yes, they do.
completely.
Yes, they
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
I listen, I when I was having Zaria, I was like, I felt like I was being sucked out of my energy. I felt it then.
I think that was just
Imagine,
labor. I think that was just
no,
labor.
no. I felt like all the virtue of who I am and the essence went straight to her because I
Yeah.
promise you that's exactly how I felt. And then, like, as she's now, as I'm watching her grow up, I was right. That's exactly what happened. And it's
That
still
is so
happening.
funny.
So I get it.
That is so funny because it's like everybody says, raising girls are different than boys, but I don't
Mhm.
have that to compare it to. All I know is the girl,
Mhm.
and I'm glad I just got the one child because Jasmine is off the chain.
I'm not saying that every boy is easy because I know that that's not true. But I was blessed with Zion being first because
Uh-huh.
if Zaria was first, I probably wouldn't have had another. Mm-mm.
I believe you on that because yeah, I believe that. I believe that wholeheartedly, honey. Okay, so I have another question. What's the best advice that was given to you as a mom? Like, so
Mhm.
that someone said to you, the best advice that you've received?
I don't know if I have a best advice, but I will say the thing that I decided to do, and this actually is pertaining to our girls.
Okay.
So with Zion, I was just going through the motions. I was learning how to be a mom, right?
Mhm.
I was blessed to space them out a little bit. So about 5, 6 years later, here I come with Zari. And I started really being in tune with how I wanted to raise Arya. You know what I mean? So I wanted to make sure that she had a mom that was confident in herself, that was going to be able to impart into her the way I wanted to, to have that when I was growing up. Not to say my mother did, and she did a great job, but there were certain things that I knew about myself that I wanted her to have. And I knew in order to give her those things, I had to be a little more sound about certain things. So it challenges, as a mother of daughters, it challenges you as a woman to get yourself, in order. It challenges
Mhm. Mhm.
will challenge you to I
Girl,
remember
listen.
I lost the weight and I decided to do all the weight loss stuff. And it was like Zaria watched that and did it right with me. And I didn't realize she was doing it until I looked at her one day and I was like, man, you little. And she was like, yeah, I've been da 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 da. And she did it because I did it. And I was just like,
Oh,
mimicking me, like everything I do. So I pay attention to that because in every aspect of my life, it affects her. And I really did not
absolutely.
that until now that she's older. Like now I get it now. Like that's
Listen,
how me.
that's
Literally.
that's you absolutely right because Jasmine is mine, but Jasmine take it to a whole nother level though. Listen, Jasmine. Ooh, I feel like when I see her sometimes, I'm like, I know I wasn't like this at her age. So she's like how I am now, just kind of this,
Uh-huh.
extra fabulous person. but she's like how I am now. When I was her age, I was nothing like Jasmine. But then,
I'm nothing like Zaria then. So
but
I
I
love that about her. I wish I was.
listen,
I
I
w
wish I could be so carefree with Jasmine, like how Jasmine is. But now that is a double-edged sword because I would
yes,
like for her to be a
girl.
little bit more independent. I would like for her to get a job. Um,
Okay.
and not, she's about to be 18, so I would like for her to kind of like grow up a little bit. I'm not saying she gotta be extra grown, but she's nothing like how I was. Like she's gonna ride this I'm the only child to the wheels fall the heck off.
Right.
Right. And I'm like, girl.
That's yeah, she's walking in the wheelhouse of what that normally looks like, but she's
Mhm.
gonna get there. She's gonna get
Yeah. Yeah, uh-huh. Yeah, I'm ready for her to kinda get on there. Get on there, because 'cause that'd be great. That'd be great. That
it's
would be
covered.
so
It's
great.
covered. I guarantee you it's covered. They do things their own time, and Zion was very in his own timing.
And
And
then I get that because they're individuals, so they're gonna do things in their own time or whatever, so I
yeah,
get that, but,
yeah.
it's whatever. So, what advice would you give a new mom? Like, what advice would you give a new mom?
You're not gonna know everything.
Mm,
You gotta walk that thing out as moment by moment, you know, piece by piece, bit by bit, cry by cry. You're not gonna know everything. Um, and you just gotta be willing to just ride it out and, go with your gut, pray. Pray.
absolutely, hunty.
Listen, right. I am still
Absolutely, hunty.
it's the only reason why I'm still saying. But yeah, that's what I would say because the rest of it comes to you.
And I guess, I would say, if I had to give some advice, I would say give yourself grace because I feel
Yeah,
like oftentimes we don't give ourselves grace. We give
I
it to
agree.
everybody else, but we don't give ourselves the grace.
Absolutely.
Um, so I would add that to that. So
I
that's some good advice because I feel like people think that when you become a parent that you're supposed to know, like you can read all them dang on books you want to. Them books ain't gonna tell you nothing. You gotta live it. You gotta figure it out. You have to literally
mhm.
put your own spin on motherhood. It's not no one-stop shop to motherhood at all, especially with Black moms.
Exactly.
How we were brought up is a totally different way of doing things when it comes to, our kids because they have social
Mhm.
media, they have so much things at their fingertips, information at their fingertips, and
Yeah.
trying to decipher through that, I feel they can't like, you have to be there to guide them. It's not like, "Because I said so." Those days of "because I said so" are over
Yeah.
because they're like, "Well, why you saying it though?
Like,
Like, do
right.
that make sense?" Like
I give it as much of attention as I feel like I need to,
yeah,
but after a while, I'm like, "And that's it," because at a certain
yeah,
point in time, you still gotta learn that the world is gonna work the way it's gonna work regardless if you were asked all these questions or not. You
yeah,
don't have to get these questions answered.
yeah.
Sometimes these questions are gonna go
It's
so they gotta figure that out for themselves though, but, I try to prepare her for that as much as I can so that she can understand that, "Hey, it don't revolve around you and these questions, honey. You you gonna have to figure this out."
again, I crashed again. I don't even know what's
"Oh, I
going
got
on.
I got you.
That's it.
I got you.
I'm like, "I'm glad you still talking, cause
Girl, I
I'm just
got
like, I don't even know what's going on." It's going on that note, we about to go through some of your pictures so we can see your pictures of your pretty self, cause this is
you."
tripping. Like, seriously. All right.
Yeah.
So we did a shoot and you were super nervous, but the images came out amazing. So this one, you on your phone, standard kind of like Brandon photos or whatever. So you can have content.
Yes.
I really like this one, so I picked this one to highlight. And then this one, I loved your
Um,
smile. You were just kind of like, I'm here, I'm here. And then this one,
I like my eyes there.
like, this one was super cute. I was like, "Oh my gosh, look at her." And then that one, I
I
think
like
that's one of my favorite. I love your smile. Like, your smile, you just look like you were happy. And I know that only because I was there that you were nervous, but you did good.
No, it was
You
not
did
because you were there. It was because I'm trying to get used. Okay, so when you lose weight and you take pictures and you're not used to the fact that, okay, I'm not plus size anymore.
well, yeah, 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 yeah. I guess I could see that. Like,
It
cause
was
so
that
you were
quick.
taking pictures for the first time, kind of like since then, right?
Yes, this was the first
Okay.
shoot. Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, you did good, girl. That's all I can say is you did good, girl. I was excited. I was like, okay, girl. Okay.
Thank you.
You did so good. So now this is the segment where it's like ask Shawn Lee. Okay.
Okay.
And so this is the question. You'll answer, I'll answer, and we'll go from there. So can moms be friends with their kids?
Hmm.
How do you
I'm
feel about being friends with your child?
I'm gonna say yes and no. Here's that. I think at the older they get, you will have to be friends with your child, but there is an age where you can't be. I give Zaria so much friendship, but at the end of the day, she knows I'm still mama. Does that make sense? So
Yes.
it is only so much of the bro I'm gonna do, or especially if we talking about real
Girl,
certain.
bro.
It's only so much of bro I'm gonna respond to. It's only so much of
Okay.
you treated me like, I'm one of the cheerleaders, or it's only so much of that, because you know that I'm coach and mom, so it's only so much of that I'm gonna be. It's only so much a coach I'm gonna be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's a fine line to all of it, and I got to give her credit because she has had to learn a lot of boundaries with me. She's had the
Ah,
mom
yeah.
and the coach and the friend. Like Zaria is literally my little broke best friend. Seriously. But it is. And I'm not gonna lie, like I don't know what I'm gonna do when she's gone, because it's like I'm used to her hanging with me for
Oh.
5 years of just it being me and her. And
Oh.
that's it. Like that's all I
Yeah.
know. So I
Girl,
mm-hmm. I
I'm ready.
yeah,
Deuces.
boy.
Deuces. I'm like deuces. Peace out, Jasmine. Peace. Start your life. Like, peace out.
I'll be able
Um,
to grocery shop
right.
and
Listen.
and get
Uh-uh.
products, right.
Listen. It's how like for me, I feel like I want to give Jasmine the space to always be able to come to me and talk to me.
Yeah.
But it has to be like you said, a boundary. You have to understand I am your mother first.
Mhm.
Friendship will come. Friendship will come. And friendship probably won't come until you have paid some bills and been on your own, because you're not going to appreciate the friendship and the connection because what the heck? Do you see that?
So you do too, and it just balloons pop out? This is
What's going on? I'm like somebody else saw it. I'm like, what did I just do? Girl, let me just keep my hands down because that's crazy. But I just want her to know that it's gonna take work to become her friend. But I do provide. I feel like I provide a safe space for her to open up and us to have good conversations. But at the same time, I feel like since it is me and Jasmine and it's just been me and Jasmine
yeah.
for so long, she kinda be getting it twisted a little bit, and so I gotta just remind her, "Girl, listen, I ain't one of your little friends."
I
That's another saying, Black mama, "I ain't one of your
That
little
sure is.
friends."
I ain't one of your little friends. Get yourself together. Get your mind right.
And I remember telling her, she was like, "Well, my friends are whatever, whatever." I said, "So if your friends jump off a bridge, you gonna jump off a bridge?"
Oh,
Sounding like, "No,
one.
mama."
That's one. That is one. Oh, my mom used to say that too. Or I don't parent them. Or they don't live here. I remember that one too. They don't live here. That's not my kid. I don't care what her mama do. This is what I'm doing. Oh God, I used to hear all those things all the time. But yeah.
So ridiculous. I'm back. Listen, I'm just so glad that I am experiencing this with you because if this thing and it keeps giving me a message, it's saying that Google is aware of the problem with Chrome and it keeps crashing. So I guess this is an issue. So I'm glad that I'm getting my conversation together. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to read this, look at this back, and see what this look like. So before we go, before I get cut off again,
Okay.
where can people find you? Tell us
So
about your social
at
media and all that.
all the places. Facebook, you can find me on InspiraShon, and it's spelled different, so it's like you see it on the screen. It's INSPIRA capital SHON. So it's a play off my
Okay.
name.
Oh, I
Um,
love that. Inspiration. I love that.
and Instagram is Inspiration1. TikTok is Inspiration KC. Twitter is inspire underscore SHON. And then YouTube is InspiraShon4424 or at or however you would do that. So I'll have it all, and I believe it'll be in the comments or
It
the
will. It'll be in the comments so people can get to you how they get to you. Yeah. So don't worry about that. That will be in there. I'll have everything listed.
thing.
And so this is I want to thank you for being on the show and sorry about all the technical difficulties, but I'm glad that you was holding it down while I was away from the screen. Because I don't know what that looks like. It's just you just was gone, I was gone, and
It's
then I hit reload.
in to me, and then I just keep talking until you get back.
Yes. Okay. So I'm glad that you were able to do that. And so this is a wrap. I am so excited about this. Next time I think we need to have the girls on with us. I
I
don't know
think
what
we
that's gonna look like.
should.
I
Because
don't know what that will look like.
it's picture perfect, and you got senior pictures to do. So you doing my babies.
Oh, I
So we could do
do, I do. I
you can
do. That'll be fun. I think
you
that
can
will
do a
be fun.
grad special.
Yeah. That would be fun. Okay. Okay. All
And then
right.
you got the banquet coming up, and they gonna be, senior out and all that good stuff. So girl, we got all kind of content.
We're gonna do a graduation special. All right. Y'all heard it here first. I have been talked into doing a graduation special. So we're gonna see how this go,
We
y'all.
don't
I think it'll go fine. I think it'll be fun.
it's
So
gonna
before I go, if you are interested in being a guest on Picture Perfect with Shawn Lee, hit me up, info at ShawnLeeHouse.com. Follow me on my YouTube. Well, hell, all my social media is the same. Shawn Lee House TV. So Shawn Lee House TV. Follow me there, like, subscribe, share, all of that good stuff. Again, I want to thank Shonda for coming on. She's an awesome friend and coach, cheer coach. So I'm happy you guys did that this senior year. You guys made Jasmine's senior year very special. Well, the girls' is senior year. It's not just,
I appreciate
Jasmine, but I appreciate you
that.
coaches because I know that dealing with them is a lot. When I had my coaching on, was it homecoming game?
Uh-huh.
Woo, heaven, this,
We had a good time that
listen,
night, but Lord. Woo.
I just had to do it for that game. Y'all gotta do it all the time. I was like, y'all can
Shout out
have this.
to Rosemary Wiggins and Whitney
Yes.
Harris. Those are
Yes.
Rose is the head coach. Whitney is like
Yes, yes, yes,
the
and
coach with
and
me. So
she don't
don't
be
play.
playing. She don't
Rose
be
don't play.
playing.
Rose don't play.
But you guys do an awesome job with the girls, and, I appreciate seeing how much that you care for those girls. It goes beyond just being, like, the cheer coach. You guys truly care about those girls and what happens to them and things of that nature, and I appreciate that 100%. So I thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you for being an awesome mom and the support, because parent support is very needed. Oh, since I'm on here talking about the girls, we have a fundraiser Monday, the 4th at
Okay,
Chipotle in Grandview. So all those from 5 to 9. So please come out, support. If you mention us,
okay.
we'll get proceeds. So
Okay, I will make sure that I will post that up.
and I'll send you the the
Yeah,
flyer.
send me the flyer so I can go ahead and get that posted. So that'll be great. Okay, well, thank you for spending some of your Saturday with me, and I'm sorry about all the crashing. And we'll be in touch.
Thank you for having me. I had
Of
fun.
course, I'm glad that you had fun. I was worried. I was like, hopefully she won't be too nervous.
No, I'm never nervous to talk. Anytime. It's taking pictures that I'll be like, but I'm actually getting a little better about that. So we'll see the next
Okay,
round.
I like to hear that. Okay, well, you have a fabulous rest of your Saturday, and I will be chatting with you soon.
Thank you, you too.
Okay, bye
All
bye.
right. Bye.
And that's it. We are done. Second episode down. And again, if you would like to be a guest on Picture Perfect with Shawn Lee, hit me up. Info, not information, info at ShawnLeeHouse.com. Or you can follow all my social media at Shawn Lee House TV. And yeah,